Okay, I was wrong about who would win the game last night. Ah, man. Looks like I'm gonna be wrong about the Titans winning that division. Well, I guess I do like J.J. Watt. And Deshaun Watson's really coming into his own. And Clowney, he's pretty good too. You know what? I think the Texans are gonna be fine. I mean, eventually they're gonna run into, playing against the Chiefs in the playoffs, and they're not gonna beat the Chiefs. That's where, honestly, if I have to pick my MVP for the year, I gotta go with my homie, uh, Patrick Mahomes. I've been calling him my homie. It sounds fitting though. It just does to me. That's a good way to start a Tuesday. Happy Tuesday, everybody. So, yep, Monday's over. Hooray! That means we no longer have to worry about what a drag is, and we can focus on getting closer to the weekend, which is awesome. Not a lot of new things to report. Last night I actually had a turkey again. Hear me out. When I left my folks' place on Sunday, there was actually so much food, so I'm like, I'll take some food home to my place. Why not? So I did, and it was great. Sorry, ever get that weird feeling like whenever you blink and then like for whatever reason your eye gets blurry, and no matter how many times you blink and rub your eye, it's still a little blurry? That's what's happening to me like right now, and I have no idea why. It's still kind of blurry. Don't worry, ladies and gentlemen. I know for a fact nothing's wrong with me. I mean, for goodness sakes, I just got up about 25 minutes ago, roughly. So, I mean, I gotta try and look nice, get ready for the day. And, yeah. Although I'm actually in a bit of a conundrum for this upcoming weekend. Because a part of me really wants to do the Selfless Elf and horse ads. It's another 5K, whatever. But, the problem with that, I mean, I'm trying to go with the pros and the cons. Yeah, obviously, the pros is, you get to go out there, get to compete again, get to see a lot of people, hopefully I'll see some of you guys there, I don't know. And, it's fun. But the cons are, I'm used to racing in the morning, so I make it one of my prerogatives to really not eat much, if anything, before a race. And the race starts at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So I have no clue what I'm going to do about that whatsoever. I do know that, and another problem is, it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon on Saturday, and y'all know I go to church on Saturdays, and there's no way I'll be able to make it to church in Corning all the way from Horseheads, especially because after I run a 5K, I like to, shower and, dress nice, smell pretty for church, I guess. Well, then again, I could swing going to my old elementary school alma mater, St. Mary Our Mother. That'd be interesting. That's what I did for Easter Vigil this past, Easter. That was really cool. Tell you what, though, one thing that can always be really humbling about a place you went to a lot when you were a kid as opposed to, like, right now, is the fact, like, it always amazes you what doesn't change at all. Like, when I first went back to, because St. Mary Mother was a Catholic school. I went to Catholic school for K through 6. And, I mentioned this before, we have, like, First Friday Mass, like, the first Friday of every month, we have, like, a little service or whatever. And they're always fun. But, there really was, I mean, my point is when I got back to the church, actually didn't really make a point at all. What I'm trying to say is, after, let's see, I think the last time before I went to church at Easter was probably like 8th grade. I went to St. Mary Mother roughly. Or maybe sometime in high school. It's well over a decade, and, the blue carpet that my father's flooring company replaced. Or, oh, they replaced it with blue carpet. It was actually, originally when I was in elementary school, it was a nice, bright fire engine red. I actually really like that shade of red. Kind of wish they still had it. But, you know, times change and, you know, you want something new, so, you got something new. So anyway, it's, I'm trying to describe, because it's blue now, but, if I were to describe the shade of blue, it's not as bright as sky blue, but it's definitely brighter than, say, like, turquoise. Some, I guess maybe like an azure, I suppose. I'm not a color expert. I'm just trying to wing like the color spectrum. I think I've always liked colors. I really do. You know, colors are cool. I mean, they both begin with the letter C, so that's already cool. And color begin with the letter C, so that's awesome. Yeah. Although, speaking of the color wheel, I would like to point out one pet peeve I've always had with how people do things around here. Like, because, you know, I dabble in some, you know, baking and stuff and, you know, cooking and whatever. And whenever you see, like rainbow anything, like a rainbow cake or rainbow bagels. Yes, there actually is a place that makes rainbow bagels. And they look good, but they also fall into this trap. See, the 7, yes, I said that, 7 colors of the rainbow are red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. Whenever you see anything like rainbow-oriented on the internet, they only do red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and violet. Come on, guys. It's ROYGBIV, not ROYGBV. And I think I just came up with today's title for the video. Hey, multitasking. I have no idea how that's multitasking. I'm just being silly right now. Yeah. Hold on. I hate when you get that. It's that. I just had that feeling when you get when like you're about to sneeze when like you're just not able to. Don't you hate that? And it's like, oh. Apparently I have a superpower of turning a sneeze into a yawn, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, that great. Now I lost my train of thought. Man, I gotta think about what I want for Christmas myself this year. Cause I mean, a few games came out this year that never really had the opportunity to play. You know, like Super Mario Party, Mega Man 11. And I haven't quite yet decided if I want to play Let's Go Pikachu or Let's Go Eevee. I mean, they both have their strong points, although I never really got into the whole Pokemon Go thing. It just didn't really interest me. But my brother and my sister-in-law did. And when I saw my brother this past Sunday, he walks up to me and he says, I had no idea that, you know, Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee are basically a replay through the Kanto region. That'd be red, blue, and yellow for those of you who are my age and did play Pokemon when you were little but didn't play, but haven't played, you know, since. Yeah, that's actually called the Kanto region. Anyway, I'll get into that maybe another time. Anyway, yeah, basically Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee are essentially a very, very, very well-detailed remake of Red, Blue, and Yellow. Or Green, if you're from Japan. Yeah, there actually was a Pokemon Green. And Venusaur was on the cover of it. Why do you think the remakes in Generation 3 were Fire Red and Leaf Green? There you go. So, yeah, a little history in Pokemon. What do you know? I am capable of being educational, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, again, my brother walks up to me. He says, I had no idea that you're playing through the Kanto region again. Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee. I'm like, really? Did you not see any of the trailers at all? Kanto was plastered, like, through the entirety of every trailer to some capacity. Seriously, if you go online, because you're going to find trailers for Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee that are going to last you a good while. If you look at any of those trailers, And if you had ever played Pokemon Red, Blue, Yellow, or Green, again if you're Japanese, then you'll see something nostalgic or something that you remember playing in those games in Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee to some capacity. Whether it's the original gym leaders you played against, whether it's the fact that you see Professor Oak again, whether it's the fact that you see the legendary birds, or Mewtwo for that matter. So, yeah. Fun fact about the legendary birds: if you actually know how to count to Spanish, you already know how to pronounce them. Think about it: Articuno, Zapdos, Moltres. I actually always thought that was kind of cool. I could actually get into more, stuff about that, but that, I guess I could really make an entire series of videos about Pokemon if I wanted to, but I don't want to do that. Well, I mean, I kind of do, but I wouldn't really know where to start. I guess just, again, one of those things that, maybe I'll do it one day. I have to think about this. I really would like to know what you guys think if I ever did something like that. I mean, I'm positive that a lot of you really wouldn't be interested in it because, talking about Pokemon on the internet, you're going to find stuff like that to last you a lifetime. If anything, I'd just be, one of the many people who have just a general knowledge of a lot of things, but not enough to call myself like the grand poobah of all things Pokemon knowledge. I could go into an entire list of YouTubers who could do a better job at that sort of thing than I can. Again, I would really only talk about that if any of you guys are interested. Although, a part of me does want to get Pokemon Go, just for the sake of, trying it out. Because the way that Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee works is you can actually get Pokemon on Pokemon Go into that game, as well as Pokemon from Gen 7, which I do kind of want to get to myself. That'd be an interesting thing to do. Maybe do something like that. I don't know. I'll think about it. But, yeah. Well, I talked a lot more about Pokemon than I ever thought I would today. What can I say? The one thing about Pokemon that always interested me was, it's basically creatures that range from adorable to scary looking, and they're fighting each other. What more could you ask for? It's awesome. And, I love the rock, paper, scissors aspect. I could get into that all day. And actually, speaking of games I do want, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. That's actually, seriously, as much as I do love Pokemon, I would have to say Super Smash Bros. Is tied for my favorite video game series of all time. The other one, of course, being Kingdom Hearts. Come on, I'm a guy who's a Disney fanatic. How would I not like Kingdom Hearts? Oh, well. I guess, January 29th cannot come soon enough. That's when Kingdom Hearts 3 comes out. And December 7th cannot come soon enough either. That's actually when Super Smash Bros. Comes out. So, yeah. A lot to look forward to at the end and the beginning of this year, next year, respectively. And I should probably get going because I have a lot of work to do today, and I am very busy. So, like, favorite, share, hit that subscribe button. I could really use the support on YouTube. Follow me on the social media platforms, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. As always, I'm very humbled that I made this video for all of you guys to watch and enjoy for today. I'm hopeful that we all have a wonderful Tuesday, and remember, if any of you guys ever want to talk or chat, I am always going to be here to lend an ear, and I will always most certainly have your back. So, take care, everyone.